Thank you very much for joining me on this Monday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. What I want to do here is a little different. I want to look ahead first over the next couple of months, what we can expect as far as rain goes and temperatures go across the Caribbean. So a long-term forecast, I want to do that right now. And then toward the tail end of this video, I'm also going to get into the forecast that we have for today and what we're watching the next couple days together. Some of those high winds, high seas in the Caribbean, got you covered. So again, kind of a two-part video. So I'll take you through everything. Now, here's what's going on. I want to talk a little bit about La Nina. I don't want to dive too much into the science. I just really want to show you what's going to happen next. Now, as far as La Nina is concerned, now here's El Nino, here's La Nina. These maps, yes, they're going to be a little bit different. So here's North America, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean right through here. Point being, when we talk about an El Nino event, El Nino happening, all that stuff, that's really warmer than average waters in the eastern Pacific. Now, as we talk about La Nina, that is cooler than average waters, this blue shading here, in the eastern Pacific. Now, if you have large areas of water that are either very warm or very cool, it changes the cycle. And if you've been subscribing to this channel, I talk about how everything is tied together. The temperatures, the winds, the circulation, everything around the globe, it's all tied together to what's going on where you live. So breaking this down, what the heck does that mean? Well, we're in a La Nina, and typically in a La Nina, it means this, at least over the next few months. So next month, March and April, this is what we can expect. Again, a slightly different map here. So let me break it down a little bit further for you. Here are the ABC Islands here, Venezuela here, Trinidad and Tobago here. Now, this is the temperature outlook. It is, you see here, this red or pink shading here. This means some above average temperatures. So let me break it down further. If you're, say, near Honduras and Belize, if you're near the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas, including the Turks and Caicos, just to put this simply, we're going to have above average temperatures. It's going to be warmer or hotter than typical both February, March, and April. Now, if you're anywhere from Haiti, the Dominican Republic, back through Puerto Rico, even over towards St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, and right on the edge of, say, Guadeloupe, it is going to be a little bit cooler than average. So it's going to be a little bit cooler than average February, March, and April. Pretty much average temperature, say, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent of the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana. So again, warmer than average here, a little bit cooler than average here. So what does that mean as far as precipitation goes? And this is very key for us across the Caribbean. I'm always thinking of our farmers, agriculture, all that stuff. You're just trying to hopefully get your cisterns full in the dry season. Now, the precipitation outlook, this very much corresponds to what we've seen, to a La Nina period, into what I believe is going to happen. And I have one more map I want to show you on this ahead. So this is February, March, and April. Same general thing. You see Honduras, Nicaragua here, just to kind of set the stage. Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica right here, Trinidad and Tobago right here, Guyana, Suriname, Colombia over here, just to kind of give you a feel again. So as far as what we could expect next month, March and April, as far as the rain is concerned, anywhere from almost Belize, but more so again, where it's going to be hotter than average, it's also going to be a little bit drier than average. So that correlates, that's tied together. So the same spots that are hotter than average will most likely be a little bit drier. So again, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Cuba, the Bahamas, including the Turks and Caicos, are going to be drier than average as we head through late winter into at least early spring. Now, down here, and anywhere from really the eastern Caribbean, it is going to be a little bit wetter. So above average rainfall for parts of Haiti, Dominican Republic, over toward Puerto Rico, U.S. British Virgin Islands, above average rain, where it's going to be a lot wetter than average. Doesn't mean we're going to have all these washouts, but a higher flood potential at times, setting the stage for higher river levels. Let me talk about that in a second. Over here, so the ABC Islands, back through Trinidad and Tobago, right on the edge of Guyana and Grenada, Grenada and St. Vincent of the Grenadines, down through Guyana and Suriname, above average rainfall here. It may not be a ton because we're still in the dry season, but above average rainfall does play a a big factor in the hurricane season because the river levels may creep up just a little bit. We'll still be okay, but they'll creep up. But that little extra could be an issue once we start to get some stuff going out in the tropics, because it would be easier to cause some flooding. So that kind of breaks down the precipitation outlook. Higher than average, for example, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica North, it is going to be drier than average. Now, one thing we were talking about last year is this southern storm track. We're still dealing with it. This is going to be the key. If you're a farmer, if you're an ag, this is going to be the key to watch. Does this southern storm track continue? As of now, I do think it's going to continue for at least a few months. Last hurricane season, we had that. Things were kind of out of the hurricane belt. And if this continues, we're going to have some big flooding issues. At least in the short term through the spring, it's going to continue. But long-term forecasts are very tricky. I'm not sure it's going to continue into the hurricane season. It's a wait and see on that. But if it does, that would once again bring a high flooding potential to some of these areas. So that's kind of the pattern that I'll be watching out for you. I look at everything short-term, long-term. I do this channel for safety. I do the best I can to keep you covered, just let you know what's going on. So I appreciate all the new subscribers. All right, let's get back to what's going on right now across the Caribbean, up through the Bahamas. The winds have been a story for some of us. Some cooling nights, some gusty winds, some spotty showers and spots. Once again today, gale warnings are up for the South Central Caribbean. That simply means gusty winds, some strong winds and spots, that easterly flow. But what we saw through the weekend, a little bit of a northeasterly clip, giving us slightly cooler nights. We even saw that as far south as Trinidad, all the way up through Puerto Rico, just a little edge off some of the temperatures with that breeze out of the northeast. But again, thinking of my captains, mariners, high seas right across the South Central, especially Caribbean. With that said, I'm watching some areas not just on land, but we've got the seas building here. So again, anywhere from coastal Honduras up through southern, especially the south side of Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, higher seas and gustier winds. Let me know what's going on in the comments. Coastal sections of Honduras, Nicaragua, and then as we work our way near Panama, Colombia, close to the ABC Islands, watching out for the higher seas. But again, on land, still some gustier winds. So we may get some decent gusts over toward parts of Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Jamaica with that flow coming strong. This is tomorrow, coming strong out of the northeast. That'll still give us some cooler nights. In Puerto Rico, for example, let me know how you've been feeling at night with some of those temperatures. But again, still some of the gusty winds, still some of the high seas. I'll get to the high seas in just a second. This is today. As far as rain goes, we don't have any big batches. Over the weekend, we had some more rain, though, in Suriname. Still a higher chance of some rain today. This is this afternoon. Spotty showers. Could see some Guadeloupe, Martinique, Antigua and Barbuda, up through Puerto Rico. Passing shower. Jamaica, Belize, a couple passing showers. Anywhere from Roatan up through Cozumel. See here, this is by tomorrow afternoon. Cayman Islands over toward Cuba, and then swinging back toward the Bahamas, Puerto Rico. No big blobs of rain, but a passing shower possible. Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana. Still that elevated chance of rain in Suriname. Spotty showers, St. Lucia and Barbados as we swing into our Tuesday forecast. There are the seas. They are high, 3 to 4 meters in some spots, a little bit higher. So we're talking over 10 feet, could be over 12 feet at times. But as I mentioned too, the winds kind of clipping by some of our coastal areas. So I'll keep you posted on that, and I'll be reading those comments throughout the day. So Jamaica today, passing shower, just like I showed you on that computer model, that forecast model. Passing shower, storm, partly cloudy, winds southeast 20 miles per hour or 32 kilometers an hour, but south side. That's where, my friends, in Jamaica, we could have some higher seas, of course, and dealing with some of the gustier winds. So I'll be monitoring that as we go throughout the day. But every now and then that could blow in a couple of the showers. Antigua and Barbuda, a couple passing showers, a slightly higher chance of rain by tomorrow. Trinidad and Tobago, rain chance about 30-40% passing shower, up a notch tomorrow. No washout, but again, some scattered showers. Winds east-northeast at 32 kilometers an hour. So tracking what's next. Again, some dangerous seas, western Caribbean in particular, south central Caribbean. Watching the cooler nights with that northeasterly wind that I talked about. Scattered showers around, and we'll be tracking some mini fronts up into the United States, and I'll see how far south they dive. There could be a slightly bigger front clipping our northern zones by the upcoming weekend. We'll be tracking that together, and of course watching out for that gale warning. So doing my best to keep you kind kind of up to date on what's going on long term. Got my mind on hurricane season as well. I'll give you those updates on what I'm seeing with the water temperatures, with the dust, all of that stuff right here on this channel. I hope you have a great day ahead.